Hello everybody! I have here a swirl and we will use many of these for today's project. I'm gonna show you how to make a beautiful pendant out of some simple shapes, so let's go through it together. I started by making some swirls in different sizes, a bigger one, then a smaller one, and so on, each piece having its own role in my project. In case you need it, I linked up on the right and in the description a video where you can see how they are made in more detail. The decreasing sizes will all contribute to my pendant in interesting ways, and this is because I had a plan on how they would fit, even if that plan was just a sketch of how I wanted things to go. Even with the plan, you'll still need to do a lot of arranging depending on what looks best to you. I tried to make many of them in different shades of red, so I will later have a nice transition from a lighter color to a darker one. These small ones will test your patience a bit for sure, but stick with it and you'll get them done. I then made a circle coil that I shaped into a teardrop. 5 of these in total, and I added a link in the tutorial for these also, in case you need it. My next shape is a simple eccentric teardrop with the comb made with 2 colors. 3 loopings from the first color and 2 from the second one. Some small loose coils are the last shapes we need now. So what can we do with all these shapes laying on my work table? Many cute things, but today we're making a heart-shaped pendant, and I bet you'll like the result in the end, so enjoy how everything comes together nicely. I did tell you that all the little ones are going to prove challenging. It took me quite a bit of time to get them all glued in place. Imagine if I had even smaller ones like I was planning. Be very careful with the amount of glue you use. Too much and you will get glue traces that will stick out and look ugly. Too little and your swirls won't stay where you want them to, especially since the surface of the parts which makes contact between them is very small. Be precise. By the way, the pair of tweezers that I'm using is very sharp, and even though it is made for electronics, it really does make my job easier when working with such tiny shapes. These accent pieces are going to hang from the bottom of the heart. I had to really take care with the glue when doing these, but they look very nice and they give the project a vintage look. We'll also need some really small tight coils to attach them in a nice way. After all the pieces were put together, time for the final touches. First, a circle coil to be attached on top so we can add a gold chain. Second, of course, you guessed it, some shiny Swarovski crystals, which will add some sparkle and elegance to the whole arrangement. I especially like the diamond one. And that's it. I need to confess to you that it wasn't easy, meaning that I had to make a lot of shapes, but the most tedious part was the fact that I had to make them small, which made my job more difficult. Once you have a picture in your head of how the result should look like, you will work with pleasure to accomplish your target, since the result will surely make up for any difficulties you might encounter. I also made some more shapes as my pendant started growing, because you never know from the beginning the exact number of pieces you will need. As I told you before, I tried to create a nice transition from a lighter shade in the middle to a darker one on the edges, because, and this is another tip I told you about several times, you should incorporate some logic and tidiness in your work, combined with some symmetry, all of this so in the end you can have a great and beautiful piece of artwork. Hope you liked it, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and leave a like. See you next time. Take care.